This video is brought to you by Miniature Market. Thousands of board games, miniatures, and paints, discount prices at miniaturemarket.com.
Hey everybody, it's your old pal Rob. Now forgive me, I am fighting through some very bad effects, and you know, I'm in a pretty bad way. But I wanted to make sure that I took care of a couple of young men. One of them I think is the brother of, and forgive me if I'm wrong here, who created this game from Dead or Alive Games, Stephen Skippy Brown, who is, I believe, related to this hungry gamer guy. I believe his name is William. I don't follow him, and I'm sorry for that. Maybe I'll check out some of his stuff. His brother of the hungry gamer created a game called Lunar Rush. And instead of putting this off and you know, seeing if I'm able to get better, I really wanted to cover this in a certain way and do something a little different. There's a lot of videos that will show you how to play this game. I want to give you something very brief about it and why it touches me a certain way. But I want to talk about what this does, how it does it, and how it moved me. So we're going to go down to the table right now, take a little look at it, and then we'll come back up, and I want to give my thoughts on this, which I think are more important than teaching you how to play the game. I think you should go out and get it, because I think it's one of those very special games. Again, I apologize to these two wonderful individuals in Dead or Alive Games for my condition and how this video may come across due to my illness. But I want to let them know that this is a game that's in my mind and in my heart and what it means to me. And we'll talk more about that on the other side. Now, this has been broken up over some time due to my hospital stays and stuff like that, but I wanted to make sure that I talked a little bit about this. I am not going to be able to explain this game to you guys, and I apologize for that. But what I want you to know is what this makes me feel, and I tried to convey that in the beginning of this and the back end of it. The AI is ridiculously great in this thing. The thing that I really love about this is that this brings me back to a time that I've forgotten very, very long time ago. You know, when there were games like this and people put passion and heart into things. And that's what this does. This game is about resources and building and trying to utilize and be smart enough to do certain things at the cost of sacrificing some victory points along the way. Do you really need to get to Earth fast? Now, one of the neat things about it, and I just want to kind of show you about this, is that when you start this game off, all the levels that you can sell materials are at the highest. So if you're able to muster or end up with some materials, you're going to want to get your ship up there fast. Okay, I can get that, and I can maximize it, because every time you sell something back when you come back, the value lowers, which is very interesting. But you start with a certain amount of victory points, and you're going to want to be smart about those victory points, because after all, that's what you're playing to win, is the victory points. But not so fast. You have to shut down certain lanes, and you're not going to know which lanes are going to shut down. So maybe coming down from Earth, we need to shut down this lane. Okay, the slow lane shut down. Oh, that's not good. Okay, and going up, maybe the fast lane is shut down. So do you want to make sure that you have that thing where maybe you go to the middle tier, because it takes longer things. Slow lane takes you 3 turns to go to Earth to the moon. Medium 2, and fast goes 1. You're going to want to get up there And you're going to want to get your stuff done. You're going to want to get your engine going because you're going to have your moon base up there. And you're going to be trying to build up oxygen and everything because your workers are astronauts and they're going to help you get materials. But if you cannot pay their oxygen and keep them alive, you're going to take a real big hit and you're going to lose some of them. You can always put them on a ship and send them back, of course, and bring them back down to Earth and you know, not lose them. But you're going to have to get them back up, and that's going to cost you a bit. So there's this very unique balance to it as you try to mine materials, sell materials at the right time, improve your base as you go, and know when to use your victory points in certain ways. There are 3 phases that go in here, and I'll just read them off for you real quick. There's an Earth phase where, like I said, you close your routes. Then you're going to bid for that initiative, but you're going to have to bid your victory points. Okay, you're going to deduct bids from your Giga credits, which is what wins you the game. You're going to choose your routes depending on who won from bidding with their Giga points there. You're going to load your moonbound ship and move your moonbound ship. Then you'll have your moon phase. That's where you're going to be building gold modules, drafting moon wonders, and hopefully being able to build them to produce certain things. Build and produce simultaneously. Everything happens simultaneous in this game, which is just absolutely brilliant. Load your earthbound ship, and then you go down if they have to your market phase, where if you're able to get to Earth, you can perform your market strategies, and then you know, do it again. It runs for a certain amount of rounds, and then at the very end, the winner is the one with the most points. But I'm going to tell you this much. I've got a lot to say about this on the other side, folks. So, again, apologies that I couldn't really just show you just so much of this. It's just, unfortunately, as we all know, I'm in a bad way, and I wanted to make sure I took care of the people over at Dead Alive. They were very nice to send this over. But this is a game that I can tell you right now, before we get on the other side of this, is a keeper. A keeper, and will stay in my collection for as long as Merchants of Venus is in there and all these other types of just wonderful games. This company's got this right, and they've done it fantastically. Let's go up and get my final thoughts. Wow. You know, when you can sit here and go, wow. And, you know, when I got the little box, I go, wow, it's a small game. It's a big game in a little box. It's very deceiving. This is one of those experiences that you find every once in a great while. And the first thing I thought of, which is a totally different game, is I am a very big Space Empires guy. You know, because I like to play that solo. I like to Merchants of Venus. You know, a game that is historically a great, great game, but gets forgotten about because there's so many millions of games. And I love my passion and my love for space games. It goes beyond anything. And I always liked mining. There was a French game I bought where you just kind of take the little miniatures around the board and you pick up minerals, and you're dealing with corporations and all the dirty stuff that goes on. And I like those type of economic games. The thing that sings here is how smart this is, how brilliant this is. Okay, the economic table, it's really at its highest. I need to get up there, and I need to get back, and I need to cash in because I need those points. But you also have to be able to utilize those points in a certain way to get your position, because if you fall behind, you're never really out of it. There's always something you can do. But the thing is how do you maximize things? And there's so many different routes. The utilization of keeping your workers or your astronauts alive, and being able to say, oh man, I don't know if I could pay for this. I'm going to have to throw this dude on the ship and get him back to Earth, because it's a huge loss. And the things that you take on the chin, and the way maybe you develop something and say, well, maybe I'll go this route. I want to have these type of resources and so forth and so on. It really does everything that you can expect of a game. And the AI is brilliant. Brilliant. I love shutting off the lanes. The AI is tough, competitive, and makes you think. Using that gray matter, that matters the most. This is a fantastic, wonderful experience that if you have some friends, if you play alone, you get the same tremendous experience out of this. And I can't thank them enough for sending this game, because it was a game that I was on the fence about, and I asked, hey, can I get a review copy, because this is something, looks like it might be good, maybe it's just another Euro. No, it's not, folks. No, it's not. You can see the heart and the passion that was put into this. You can see how proud they are of this, and the quality and the beauty, and the way that when you are done playing this, you are going to think about this and how you could have done things differently. Lunar Rush, folks. Go out, pick it up. It is a masterpiece for sure. Until next time, it's your old pal Rob. We'll see you soon, everybody.